Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this show. This is something that we all need to know, okay? It's about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What's happening, what's going to be happening now, and what's going to be happening tomorrow. If you miss this show, you miss a good one. Probably one of the best ones that we done ever had. It's full of information. We got some clips to show you. Y'all know what to do. Throw your cash apps up, like and share the page. Go to your Facebook and do your thing.
You already know. It's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Again, 704-449-6563. Highlight, follow everybody. You can watch us on YouTube as well. Time to Tell the Truth podcast. All one word. Again, Time to Tell the Truth podcast. All one word. Tonight's topic is yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Absolutely. We're about to get this thing popping. First of all, let me come in and say that the people that you think are running this country are not the people that's running this country. Okay, I'm gonna just put it out there like that. The people that we think, I mean the government, I mean the congressmen, the senators, the president, not even the president, is running this country. Who is running this country is called the deep state. What's up, Chef Florida boy? We see you out there. You too, Susan and Sarah Bill. We see you out there. But who you think is running this country is not running the country. When you get the president and his staff come in, you still have those low-level agents and stuff like that. That's who's running the country. Those people underneath that's pulling strings to all those people underneath. You have no idea who all these people is. You have no idea what these people are doing to us, the citizens of America. The biggest human test was testing on us during COVID. I can tell you that right now. That's ever been tested on anybody. But we get ready to show you some things that happened before. We get ready to show you some things that's happening now. And we get ready to show you some things that's going to be happening later. Mark our word. Me and Bro been on here, what, 6-7 years, Bro?
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you something. Everything that we see, it always come to light. It always come to light. No, we go and we look this stuff up. What we getting ready to show you today, I'm telling you, man, it's going to blow your mind. Yeah, really. You have no earthly idea what these people do to people, what they have been doing to people, and what they're going to continue to do to people. We're going to get into a little bit of this clip first off, just to give you an idea of what's been going on previously. And we're going to stop and pause this every now and then because we want to come in and interject something.
I was 6 years old in 1955 when my father sold me into the MK Ultra program. My whole family were CIA, NSA agents. My uncle's one of the founders of the NSA.
Special guest with us, everybody. Very excited. Dr. Juliet Engel is a Washington, D.C. based physician and author known for her work in combating human trafficking and improving maternal health care in Russia, where she founded the Angel Coalition to rescue and support victims. She has written several books detailing her experiences and the challenges faced in her humanitarian efforts. She has also spoken about being involved as a child with the CIA's Monarch program, a sub-program of MK Ultra. She now leads Our Country, Our Children in America. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Juliet Engel. Hi, doctor. How are you?
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Kurt. Glad to be here.
So I wanted to, you sent me this. This was released last December 23rd.
Yes.
And it's from the National Security Archive. It says 40 years of Freedom of Information Action. And it's all about the CIA's behavior control experiments and the focus of new scholarly collection. And so they're releasing all the stuff that they were doing with their Monarch program, the MK Ultra, and there was another one, Blue something.
Wait, Monarch is in that? What? Okay.
I don't know what any of this is. So, Julia, tell me what you. Go ahead, take it wherever you want.
Sure. I'm 76 years old. I was 6 years old in 1955 when my father sold me into the MK Ultra program. My whole family were CIA, NSA agents. My uncle's one of the founders of the NSA. I could go into that. But anyway, I was one of the first of the bloodline kids who was sold into this program. And I was in it for 11 years. It involved physical abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, satanic rituals, and an entire program of building a structure in your mind that could be externally controlled. It also included remote viewing, and I was in the division of the program. It was the Monarch program, and as a pretty little girl, I was put in the sex magic program, and that was more about sexual abuse than sex magic, but it was also about teaching us to project sexual energy into other people and then use that to control them. So anyway, it was a terrible experience. The core of the program, every session would start with being tied to a spinning wheel and hearing the chant. And this is really, really important to what's happening in our country right now, because they would chant over and over, there is no day, there is no night, there is no light, there is no dark, there is no man, there is no woman, there is no adult, there is no child, there is no up, there's no down, on and on and on, going faster and faster and faster until they would reach a climax when you were just absolutely ready to die. And at that point, as the person tied on the wheel, I was supposed to give up my soul in a flash of green. And they would say, there is only green. And I think most people did, because if you gave up your soul, then you were rewarded from that moment on. You were the singer that couldn't sing but gets the $1 million contract, the writer that can't write but sells all the books. You eventually worked your way into, I believe, the things, unaccountable agencies like the Senior Executive Service. And yes, that was 70 years ago. And trying to tell people about this for all this time, like many others like me, trying to explain what was happening to people, the enormous pressure was, you're crazy, this didn't happen, the government wouldn't do this, you're talking about the CIA, for God's sake. And it really wasn't until December 23rd of 2024, what's that, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
That actually they released this. And this is a complete confession of what they did, who they did, how they did it, and talks about why they were doing the program, how it was started in conjunction with the Eli Lilly Drug Company in Switzerland, who donated tons of LSD to the CIA and also helped them develop other drugs, which made people, there's a list of 17 points, and they're in here, but one of them is,
Yeah, we're gonna stop it there for a second and talk about some of this stuff. It was the MK Ultra program. You know, me and Blo been going back and forth about this MK Ultra for a minute. I knew it existed. I knew them people did it. It's a form of mind control that they can control you by something they can project to you over and over again. Y'all heard of the chemtrails, what they've been spraying in the thing? They can put stuff on you. This guy, man, was inventing the LSD to give the kids and stuff like that, man, and giving to unwittingly persons that didn't even know about it. Why do you think you can get somebody that was totally normal and go out and just kill somebody point blank and just be done with it? For no earthly reason, they just go and do this stuff. They don't even have a reason. They being controlled, man. I been knew this. This ain't nothing new to us, but they been doing this. Yeah, they've done it for years and years now, and they still doing it. That they haven't finished. Just because they released that, man, they got more sophisticated with it. They're doing different things. They're gonna go even further. This lady started 6 years old. Her daddy sold her into this stuff. Okay, now she would go. We're gonna get back into a little bit more of it, but they would teach these satanic rituals and stuff like this. Man, me and Blo been talking about this stuff.
I mean, it's the same thing. There's no child, there's no adult, I mean, we already know they want little 5-year-olds to be grown.
Yeah.
Sexy summer camp, 2-3 years old, bring the baby and teach them how to masturbate.
Well, like, you can't tell me that somebody's mind ain't being controlled when we have all these people out here talking about a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. Something has controlled your mind, point blank. Yep. You've been controlled some kind of way. Nobody should be agreeing with that, man. That's got any kind of common sense. So you hear on the news, just like they do about Donald Trump. Most people don't even know why they hate the man, but you hear it over and over and repetitively every day how bad this man is on every news station. everywhere you turn, even on the radio station. That gets into your mind. That's a form of mind control. Yeah, that can be controlled externally. Because anytime you hear that, you just go off. Anytime you talk to some people, mention Trump, they just go off. They don't even know why they're going off. They ain't never really did any research. They don't care about research. It's about everything they just heard repeatedly. They used to tie this lady to a wheel and just spin it, and then they give up their soul. How about the people that she was just talking about that can't sing but get a big contract? You know what I'm saying? You can't sing, but you got a heck of $1 million contract. How did you do that?
People were talking about that in the 80s.
Yeah.
Women go where she's talented, but I mean, she didn't look the part. They just gave her something.
Yeah, she ain't look nothing like no part. You just been gave everything. And that's the way a lot of it is. And they move you up in the industry.
And then look at what role she's playing in it now.
Yeah, exactly. Man, you have to understand that these people don't play fair. This Eli Lilly company building one right downtown in Charlotte right now. Yeah. And you getting ready to find out a little bit more about this Eli Lilly personnel. They building one right now downtown in Charlotte. Yeah. Yeah. And these people are treacherous. Let you know that now.
We'll get back to it.
Let's get back to it.
Keep the story going.
Is to make people irrational, to make people lose the ability to think logically. All the things that you're seeing today, because you would look at this and say, okay, that was 70 years ago. You know, who cares about all these old people? Well, these old people are running the world right now. And it's a mess. And
okay, did you hear what she just said? All those people back there, and she was saying, well, now who cares about these old people? These old people are the ones that's running the country. Oh, forget that, right? They're the ones that's running the country right now. That's what I'm talking about. All these idiots, all these fools and crazy knuckleheads, these are the ones that's running the country right now.
Yeah, they're preaching this foolishness and giving women a year to a man and doing all this stuff.
Right.
Got you thinking everything that's natural is wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on, man.
Ain't no night, ain't no day.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Ain't no up, ain't no down.
Yeah. Men and women should be running and playing sports together, all this stuff, man. That's where this stuff is coming from. You better watch out, man. These people will indoctrinate you one way or the other. You keep hearing that stuff over and over and over, and that's what happened. Yeah, they're not going nowhere. You're absolutely right. They're not going anywhere. Those people are still here. They just trying to bring up people underneath them to take over.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is real. So don't forget it. These people are doing this stuff to us yesterday, today, and we got something for you for tomorrow. But we're going to continue this little story of hers.
And I wanted to bring this out and bring it to you because I know you care about this, and this gives us the platform to start talking about what's happened to people's minds, why all this craziness is going on, why judges can't tell men from women. You know, it's all right out of the program from the 50s and 60s, and it gives the photographs of who founded it, what they did. I remember this man.
So tell me, this is the CIA staff photo of Sidney Gottlieb, who oversaw Project Artichoke and later the MK Ultra behavior control program. So they would use all kinds of stuff, like what you said, you just described with the spinning wheel, but they would also use they had Eli Lilly producing LSD for them in huge quantities, right? And they would dose people with LSD against their knowledge, without their knowledge. And so some of the doctors pushed back but most of them were all on board for it. It was like, right out of the Nazi concentration camp type stuff. And so that's who was the guy you held up? What was that picture? Who was that guy?
This is George Hunter White, and he was sort of a master handler of mine personally. So I was exposed to him constantly for about 11 years. And every annex, every place the CIA, and when he was in charge of setting up, they called them the safe houses. So all the program sites were set up in hospitals, universities, institutes, private clinics, religious retreats. They would just rent a building. So often the people didn't even know they were there. They paid a ton of money and they did what they wanted to do.
So like, here's one. The Allen Memorial Institute in Montreal, Canada was the site of MK Ultra experiments in the 50s and 60s.
Didn't Kamala go there? That's what they say.
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, you take the people that make no sense and are moved to the top. How did she get to be a presidential candidate with not one vote, winning a single election?
Like Ford did, the way Ford did, because he's part of that program as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And Ford was not his real name.
Yeah, that leave you wondering about Kamala, right? Yeah, being moved to the top, ain't earned nothing, don't even deserve nothing. This woman come out of nowhere, got to be the presidential candidate, almost the president, and nobody ever voted for the lady. I'm talking about what's going on with that. Bro, this is ridiculous. We see you, Dallas man. What's going on? We see you, Jessica. Glad y'all joined in tonight. You don't want to miss this. This is important. Okay, the whole show. But I'm just saying, man, come on. Now you see how people get moved to the top and you wonder how they got there. Then they get on there and telling you, Whoopi Goldberg, that you can't get there. You know why? Because nobody's moving you up there. You got to basically do what she said, sell your soul. Mm-hmm. She said they had to give up their soul. That's exactly what you have to do. Mm-hmm. You have to sell your soul to get somewhere out here. That's why who you think is running this country is not running this country, bro. The people underneath and for y'all that don't know what NSA means, National Security Apparatus, that's the NSA. We got one of those. Yeah, that's the national security state. It's what they call it. That's the deep state. The CIA is involved, the FBI, the NSA, all of these people, man. And it's not the people that's on the top. We got Dan Bongino out there now, and we got Cash Patel, Pam Bondi. They can't do nothing with them people because they so embedded with down below them. They still pulling strings and doing stuff they not be doing to people. The CIA is ridiculously terrible for doing stuff like that. These people ain't no earthly good, man.
How you doing?
Hey, Sean, man, we see you out there. All right, let's go. We're going to continue on.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. These people haven't stopped anything. They actively doing this stuff, man. I mean, just black screen, guys.
Yeah, I don't know why I
The
did
video
that.
isn't playing. Just black screen.
Yeah, the
Wow.
one we just showed you. I don't know why I did that.
Oh wow. Y'all didn't get to see that video of what we just showed
I
you?
guess they. Oh, it looked like it came back down. Yeah, it didn't show.
Okay. We getting ready to show it to you though.
Hold on. Let me give me a second to pull it back up.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on. We get to talk about certain stuff where strange stuff start happening.
Yes, Lord.
Secret history of the CIA's mind control research programs, the new collection, CIA and the Behavioral Sciences, Mind Control, Drug Experiments, and MK Ultra, brings together more than 1,200 essential records on one of the most infamous and abusive programs in CIA history, under the code names that included MK Ultra, Bluebird, and Artichoke. The CIA conducted terrifying experiments using drugs, hypnosis, isolation, sensory deprivation, and other extreme techniques on human subjects, often U.S. citizens who frequently had no idea what was being done to them or that they were part of a CIA test. Today's announcement comes 50 years after the New York Times investigation by Seymour Hersh touched off probes that would bring MK Ultra abuses to light. The new collection also comes 70 years since U.S. pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly and Company first developed a process to streamline the manufacture of LSD in late 1954, becoming the CIA's chief supplier of the new discovered psychoactive chemical, Central, to many of the agency's behavioral control efforts. Highlights of the new MK Ultra collection include a DCI-approved plan in 1950 for the establishment of interrogation teams that would utilize the polygraph, drugs, and hypnotism to obtain the greatest results in interrogation techniques. In 1951 memo that captures the meeting between CIA and foreign intelligence officials about mind control research and their shared interest in the concept of individual mind control. A 1952 entry from the daily calendar of George White, a federal narcotics agent who ran a safe house where the CIA tested drugs like LSD and performed other experiments on unwitting Americans. A 1952 report on the successful use of artichoke interrogation methods that combine the use of narcosis and hypnosis to induce regression and later amnesia on Russian agents suspected of being doubled. Now, if you talk to Sirhan, he doesn't remember anything about shooting RFK, right? Am I right? Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong about that. The 1960s, so that sounds like that. They learned how to give people amnesia.
This is just the tip of the iceberg because it says monarch in here, though.
So
Yes, it does.
a 1956 memo in which MK Ultra chief Sidney Gottlieb signs off a project that would evaluate the effects of large doses of LSD-25 in normal human volunteers on federal prisoners in Atlanta. A 1963 report from the CIA's Inspector General, which led CIA leadership to re-examine the use of unwitting Americans in their covert drug testing program, and the 1983 deposition of MK Ultra chief Sidney Gottlieb in a civil case brought by Velma Orlikow, a victim of CIA-sponsored projects conducted by Dr. Ewan Cameron and Allen at the Allen Memorial Institute in Montreal, which is what I just showed you. The challenges facing this documentation project were considerable, as CIA Director Richard Helms and longtime MK Ultra chief Sidney Gottlieb destroyed most of the original project records in 1973. It's a story about secrecy, perhaps the most infamous cover-up in the CIA agency's history. It is also a history marked by near total impunity at the institutional and individual levels for countless abuses committed across decades, kind of like Dr. Fauci is today. not during interrogations of enemy agents or in wartime situations, but during ordinary medical treatments inside prison hospitals, addiction clinics, and juvenile detention facilities, and in many cases led by top figures in the field of the behavioral scientists. Despite the agency's efforts to erase this hidden history, the documents that survived this purge and that have been gathered together here present a compelling and unsettling narrative of the CIA's decades-long effort to discover and test ways to erase and reprogram the human mind.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Like the Dalai Lama, a little kid they take and they repattern him and think he's a guy that's 1,000 years old. You know how they do? The CIA loves the Dalai Lama, and so did Hitler.
So
yeah, the artichoke is because that's what the inside of your mind looks like. All the leaves of an artichoke, you're all separated. Okay. That's what that comes from.
So they say, let me ask you, they say that they stopped this MK Ultra stuff in 1973. Now, why would I believe that they did that? Do you believe that they did that?
Oh, no, not at all. It's gotten increasingly sophisticated. And there's a note from one of them to another of them calling a meeting saying we've got to stop abusing Americans. You know, some of them are gonna survive and they're gonna sue us. And they couldn't have that. So the solution about that time was not to stop, but to start importing foreign children. And that's when the foreign children started pouring across the borders, and they decided that it would be all right as long as they were all called Mexicans. And that's exactly what happened in the last few years. 300,000 children, and they're like, oh, it's all right. They're all Mexicans.
And they're lost, right? They can't find them.
Children. Yeah, they can't find them, and they don't feel that they should have to look for them because they're Mexicans.
But Trump and them done found, I don't know, 6,000, 7,000 of these kids. They brought them all to be sex trafficked and did all this stuff, man. We been told you this. We been told you they was doing this, man. Buying them, letting all them people in, they ain't even looking for 300,000 of them kids.
Yeah, they sell drugs to finance war.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
How is that even okay? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. How is that okay?
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
They talk about mind control and the CIA plan to get to change the human mind to the way that they to put out some of the messages that in the what's the word I'm looking for, the stuff they pushing today.
Yeah, and tomorrow. Now, what we're gonna take a break from that video right now, but we got another clip we want to show you on what they're doing today and what's gonna be happening tomorrow. You ain't gonna believe this. I'm telling you, you're not gonna believe that they even doing this or even trying this. Yeah, they helped bring them. They wanted to bring those kids over. 300,000 children are missing, and ain't nobody looking for them. Now, what in the world do you think they doing with all these kids? Now, I'm just saying, what do you think they doing with them? Sex slaves, sacrificing these people, terrible, man. We got some of the most evil people in the world right now, running this freaking country and running all this stuff. So don't believe what you see. Don't believe what they say, man. You better pay attention to what's going on. We're going to show you this other clip because this clip is important to what we're talking about today. And we're going to show you what they're bringing out right now that's going to be doing tomorrow and therefore. So watch it. We're showing you this, so we don't want you to get caught up in it, okay?
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication.
Let me show you a video of Regina Dugan. Now, she is the former director of Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. That's at DARPA, which is a military defense establishment here in the United States. Listen to what she said most recently. This is chilling.
A means of authentication that you could simply wear on your skin every day for a week at a time, say an electronic tattoo. Now, We're talking about wearables. Everybody's interested in I'm profoundly interested in wearables. And what I will tell you is that we've made a lot of advances in wearables, but there's still some fundamental problems that we haven't solved. Like one of them is the mechanical mismatch between humans and electronics, right? So electronics are boxy and rigid, humans are curvy and soft. That's a mechanical mismatch problem.
Does your internet bill keep getting higher? That's because promo pricing is full of surprises. At Google Fiber, there's...
Well, a researcher at the University of Illinois, his name is Dr. Rogers, what he discovered is that he could use standard CMOS techniques to make islands of high-performance silicon connected by accordion-like structures that would allow it to stretch up to 200% and still be performing. And what he did is he founded a company and they started making electronic tattoos. So I'm wearing one here on my arm.
Do we have a camera to get a...
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. Now, it may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents. Right?
And that can have a design, right? Because
Sure.
they would certainly want some kind of cool design.
Options. And that's something that you wear, but you could also imagine including authentication in just your daily habits. So I take a vitamin every morning. What if I could take vitamin authentication?
What?
Vitamin authentication. Look, I have one right here. Well, here, I'll let you hold it. Would you like to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay. So this,
You guys see it?
this pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch. It also has what amounts to an inside-out potato battery. When
Really
you
small.
swallow it, the acids in your stomach serve as the electrolyte,
That's what I do.
and they power it up, and the switch goes on and off. And it creates an 18-bit ECG-like signal in your body, and essentially your entire body becomes your authentication token. Yes, this is true.
People are applauding it.
Okay, but
Okay, so wait. So it's really true. So what this means is that becomes my first superpower. I really want this superpower. It means that my arms are like wires, my hands are like alligator clips. When I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated in. First superpower. Like, I want that.
So we're not shipping that right away.
Yeah, no. We're not shipping that right away. But it sounds like...
this is FDA cleared?
So here's the thing. This is not science fiction. This pill was actually made by a company called Proteus, and they've developed it for medical applications. That pill has been CE stamped and cleared by the FDA. You can take 30 of those per day for the rest of your life.
So that seems chilling, and the people there are giggling and applauding it. And this is what every quote unquote conspiracy theorist has been warning against for years. And here they are on stage bragging about that they have this technology. They're going to put chips inside your pills, so then you become a trans. That's the first step into transhumanism, as far as I'm concerned. They're going to put tattoos on you with antennas so they can tell who. So this sounds like some kind of Orwellian nightmare. What do you say to this?
Well, that is actually very dangerous technology, because the point is simply this. What if you do not fall in line? I'm pretty sure with a flip of a switch, they can just turn it off and you cease to exist. When your entire existence is based upon you having to authenticate yourself with some kind of a chip, and that chip gets turned off, then you no longer exist. And then what we actually would have is dead men walking in reality. You would be literally a dead man, yet you are not really dead. But you would be for everyone else. You wouldn't be able to buy anything. You wouldn't be able to open the front door of your own house. You wouldn't be able to do anything anymore. You're literally a dead man walking. Well, yeah, why don't we try that? Seriously? No, this is the ultimate tool to control every single human being. And you don't even have to be close to that human being, in the near that human being. You just, flip of a switch and boom, he's gone.
So this
Scary.
this is their way to disappear people, and that make you a non-person, right?
Exactly.
This all the bad terms we've heard, they're bragging about right now and on stage in front of a camera, and you have a auditorium full of people giggling and applauding it.
Yeah.
And what this means is that we have to raise people's consciousness to push back against this, because this is their agenda. This is really what they want: total control of you. And
exactly.
This is the kind of stuff people worry about when they have meetings at the WEF. And this is the kind of stuff that the handful of global billionaires are actually working on. And it's all about control. And it's got nothing to do with safety or your personal freedom or making your life better. It's about being able to, they flip a switch and they can then turn off your bank account, which we saw they do. We saw them do in Canada when the truckers protested, and they were correct, by the way. They were on the right side. And in fact, court agreed with them. And they were able to flip a switch and turn off their bank account. So now they can't travel, they can't pay their electricity bill, they can't do it. And so this is even worse, because this makes everything's they can switch off your whole body. There's no way you can get around that. And it's scarier than I ever could have imagined. And there they are, the fact they're brazenly bragging about it like it's penicillin is mind-boggling.
Yeah, and it's also interesting, as you were saying, they were giggling about it. It's like, they make it sound so, joy. The word joy comes back to mind, like what Kamala Harris was trying to do with her campaign. Bring back the joy. There is nothing joyful about enslaving human beings and not even have them understand and realize that they're being enslaved, right? But that's how they do it. It's so joyful. And, the teenagers, they will want that just to piss off their parents, that kind of attitude. That's exactly how they're getting these people to actually go ahead and do it. Oh, if it's cool, if it'll piss off my parents, let's have it. They make it sound fun. They make it sound joyful. It's not. This is actually, dehumanizing. It's the worst kind of totalitarianism you can actually imagine, given the technological means they have at their disposal already. Once we do slip in, and go fully totalitarian. I mean, we're no longer talking about just 40 years of Eastern Germany. We're not talking about 70 years Soviet Union. We will be talking about a very, very long time, if we will be have a chance to ever get out of it ever again. That remains to be seen. So we need to fight this now, and we need to expose it now.
Hey, North Carolina homeowners, if your AC unit is more than 5 years old, you could have the...
Because it has nothing to do with living as a human being. You would actually be, degraded to just like a functioning part in some kind of a malleable mass that the globalitarian misanthropists get to shuffle around any which way they desire.
That, she says, gives you a superpower. It actually gives the government a superpower. It gives the oligarchs a superpower to turn you off and to make you a non-person and to disappear you and to take your access away from freedom, to take your access away from your access to your money, which is access to your freedom, your ability to travel, your ability to live. They can shut you out of your own car, your own house, your own bank accounts. And it's not a superpower for you. It's a superpower for the oligarchs and the establishment. And Dr. Jane Ruby tweeted out a picture of what one of those tattoos look like. There it is. It's got temperature sensors, strain gauges, an LED, wireless power, wireless communication oscillator, wireless antenna. This is what they're calling a tattoo that they're going to put on your body. And this is supposed to be a superpower for you. It's anything but. It's a superpower It's chains to make you a slave to the establishment and the oligarchs. It's a superpower for the oligarchs and the establishment, not for you. Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Toronto, Red Bank, New Jersey. You know,
This is some scary stuff, man. This is what we're talking about. This is what's coming. We're showing you what's coming. They're going to trick you into doing it just like they trick you into taking that stuff from COVID. They trick you in it if they got to scare you. You know, if they got to do whatever they got to do to get that thing in you, they going to do it. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be some fools. Yeah, they're going to volunteer. Sure is. They want to be a superpower. They want to piss off. They want to piss off their parents. Yeah. Go get something like that, man. These people can simply turn you off.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Talking about taking the authenticated vitamins and all. Come on, man.
Yeah. Take a vitamin to authenticate you. Okay. And they got an antenna in it.
I'm already authenticated.
If you don't take it, they can turn you off.
But that go back to what you was talking about. To have you thinking foolishness like that. Like you need to be authenticated. You need to be recalibrated.
Yeah.
It's time for every American to be recalibrated.
Yeah, and authenticated. Why I need authentication? Man, we got to watch these fools. This is the time that we got to bear down, pay attention, and be up on this stuff that's going on out here.
Yeah,
man,
because
this stuff is scary,
somebody
bro.
will have a brain and fall right for that lady up there. The people in the audience falling for it. They laughing and joking.
Giggling.
I mean, they supposed to be masters. Somebody's supposed to be down there and yoked her up.
Yeah, man, don't you try to dare put that on nobody. Just put that on somebody, man. What? Absolutely rebuke this. Absolutely rebuke this.
You better rebuke that.
Absolutely, you better be rebuking it. This stuff is crazy, man. I'm telling you, that's what they got going on. And they ain't just starting this stuff. This stuff from back then, we were telling you about the 300,000 kids. How you get 300,000 kids missing? These people are serious, man. These people are doing stuff never heard of. Ungodly. I mean, this is ungodly. This is evil at its highest peak.
I mean, when you say ungodly, you could just go down every sense of everything they're doing is ungodly.
Absolutely. Now, who wants something like that, a tattoo? And they promoting this mess. I already got it approved by the FDA. Stick an antenna in you. They start with the sick people.
Yeah, and then they want you to go. You use it to get in your car, and get in your house.
Yeah.
Turn on everything.
I don't need to be authenticated. I'm authenticated enough. I can authenticate me.
I can work a car switch and get in there, but that's how they trick you. Like,
yeah,
how
make
you
it seem good.
Make it seem good.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem keeping up with my keys, getting in my car, turning it on, and driving.
Yeah, they're gonna sneak it in our Hennessy. Well, unfortunately, everybody don't do Hennessy that time, man.
Yeah, they won't get me in there.
But the MK Ultra program, they say Jeffrey Dahmer was part of that. They sneak that stuff in on you. You see, they were sneaking LSD. And my bad about what's the name of that company?
Eli Lilly.
Yeah, the Eli Lilly company is not in downtown Charlotte. They're building it in Concord.
Yeah, it's in Concord. It's finished. It's on some Concord Parkway.
Yeah, Concord Parkway is where it's at. And they done finished that Eli, and they was part of the most notorious stuff and evilness that was ever done.
They brought in the LSD for the study.
Yeah, and made plenty of it just to get the people, unwittingly people that didn't know nothing about nothing.
And I asked about the building, and I was told that the building is a pharmaceutical company, and it don't look right.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They say it don't look right. It look
probably
like
a fortress.
It looked like something It looked like something that need to be looked at. They
look like something evil.
Yeah, they said it don't look right.
Yeah. Now, when they say it don't look right, you know what that means. It don't look right.
Yeah, it really don't got windows or something don't make it look right. It don't look right.
Yeah. So check it out. If you look up that Eli Lilly company, they was part of the biggest treacherous evilness that was going on in the MK Ultra. Yeah, this is real serious. You don't think it ain't serious? This is dead serious, man. Come on, man. This is scary.
They can turn you off.
Absolutely. If you don't do what they say, they can just turn you off. You don't want to be a good person, they'll turn you off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Me and our man, when they force that stuff on us, we get on here, we'll be sleep halfway through the episode.
Yeah, they can turn you off and on, man.
Shut on and blow off. Then shut us off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. We have to know. We're going to get back and watch a little bit more of the first video that we were showing y'all about the MK Ultra.
Give me a second. I got to pull it back.
Yeah, man, but I'm telling you, You had to start paying attention. We know y'all don't have time to look this stuff up, but we look it up every week, man. We go in there and find this stuff and try to see what they're doing to us because I knew something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. There's no way you can make me believe that all these people out here is okay with somebody twerking in front of a kid walking across the doggone stage, a transvestite twerking in front of children. Man, come on. You couldn't make me believe that, man. You just couldn't.
All right, here we go. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
And that comes from the MK Ultra decision in the 60s to bring them into the country and to call them Mexicans.
Well, how about sanctuary cities were invented by Reagan and them? He was deep in that. So
Yes.
Some sanctuary, did you ever get to meet Dr. Green, who is Joseph Mengele that we brought over?
Yes, I did. There was always a Dr. Green. There was, in every annex, there was a Dr. Green, a Dr. White. We were taken care of by nanny blacks. The nanny blacks were men dressed up like nuns. They were obviously gay. I mean, but yes, I met the top Dr. Green, and that must have been Mengele. They all had accents. The Dr. Greens all had accents.
So can I ask a question though, real quick? I was in GATE, which is Gifted and Talented Education, which you might have heard of. So I don't remember any of it. I have no idea what we did in that. I remember a pink drink, and that's all I got. Do you have any idea what that is?
It's probably some version of this. I mean, I was in it for weeks at a time. Many people are not. They're in it for a course or a test, or they're testing something, or they're trying something out. But I mean, the trauma is there. So I also wanted to say to the people that are going to see this that when you do start to remember, because the way you've been programmed is that you can't remember it. They developed a whole cadre of drugs and techniques for erasing memories. And when I was 30 years old and started to remember, I could remember nothing. Couldn't remember my mother, my father, my family, nothing. But the thing is, when you do start to remember, they very cleverly programmed you with a suicide program. So as soon as
Omega, yeah.
Yeah, or the Freedom Train, or it's got several variations. And that comes at you so hard and so fast that people are starting to commit suicide before they even know what's going on. So therapists are coming in and we're doing sessions to say, okay, people have to take control of this coming at them. And I tell them to bring it like a thread through an eye of a needle. Don't let the whole mass come at you, or you're going to be in Omega or on the Freedom Train.
I mean, this document you sent me is mind-blowing. I read it, and let me just read a little bit more. I hope that I'm not being rude by reading this while you're here, but it says, while many of the MK Ultra projects were conducted in hospitals, laboratories, or other institutional settings like universities, others were carried out in clandestine CIA safe houses staffed not by doctors or clinicians, but by hard-nosed federal narcotic agents like George Hunter White, that's that guy right there.
Yes.
Under the direction of Gottlieb, White adopted the persona of a bohemian artist named Morgan Hall to lure unsuspecting victims to his pad, where he and his CIA collaborators secretly experimented on them and recorded their behavior. An OSS veteran who had worked on truth drug development for the Army in World War II, White surreptitiously dosed many of his victims with LSD, a drug that the CIA had in abundance thanks to Eli Lilly, which had developed the capacity to produce the drug in tonnage quantities and had agreed to become the agency's supplier. Gottlieb, his deputy Robert Lashbrook, and CIA psychologist John Gittinger are among the CIA officials who frequently visited White's safe houses. Did any of these people go to prison for this?
No, they went on to lead us.
That's right. They're running the country now.
Yeah.
And I was there in a lot of these parties as a child because they used the children to pass out the LSD and to get these guys naked and photographed and compromised. So that's what they were using kids like me for at that time.
And so
mind-blowing stuff. And if you wasn't here earlier, she was talking about how the senators would come down when they was naked on the beach and have these rituals. Even the governor of Florida, she said, came down at one of these rituals because they was near there. Man, these people are running the country now.
Yeah, Atlanta. It was Atlanta. The governor of Atlanta came.
No, I'm talking about the down to the sand.
Oh yeah.
That was the governor of California came down because they was in Mexico or some little place out there and they came down. So yeah, this stuff is mind-boggling, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. I can turn her off from time. And South Florida, boy, we can use some of the pills, right? Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, these people are terrible.
And when we went through the whole COVID thing, the way people ran down there for that foolishness, boy, they set that up, and boy, if I see you standing in line for that, boy, you gonna have me real hot at you.
Yeah, and had people mad at me and Flo for telling them just do your homework on this mess before you put it in your body. And them jokers was mad at us for trying to tell them, look, man, these people are evil and they ain't no earthly good. You got the president of the United States, Joe Biden, up there telling you better take it, forcing you. Anytime somebody forcing you to do something, man, you better be checking that out. Or you're going to lose your job, kick you off your jobs, all that mess, man. That stuff was crazy. It's real crazy. And this MK Ultra stuff is live and well and kicking, man. And they still doing today. They're coming out with the tattoos we just showed you and some more stuff that we'll show you later on in another clip, in another time. But we just want to finish up some more on this clip. Before we go, we'll show you a few more minutes of it. This is real serious business. And you should be scared.
Scary. I know that's definitely scary.
What was so? Do you mind if I ask you, like, what was your father sold you into this? So he got paid from the CIA to give you over to this group of people doing this stuff?
Yes.
And so was he just like evil, or was he also mind controlled?
I don't know. I was with my family half of the time and in the program the other half of the time. So I was supposed to learn how to be a normal human being half the time and then become some kind of artichoke agent the other half of the time. And I am 100% sure that my mother was in the program, and her brother, who founded the CIA, became one of the top agents that started the CIA from Arlington Hall. He was definitely in the program. And
so when did you realize that this had happened to you? How old were you?
10 was the first time I ran away and tried telling people about what the NSA was doing, and discovered that no one in 1959 had ever heard of the NSA. Yeah, I got nowhere. And finally I just escaped at the age of 17, because if I didn't get away then and get off and escape and have my own life, then I was going to be forever a horror of the CIA. And I wanted out. So I got out and then promptly forgot everything. Couldn't remember anything.
Really?
Nothing. Nope.
I got a good memory, Jimmy, and I don't remember nothing about that. My memory is crazy, and I don't remember that at all. I mean, maybe I don't want to, honestly.
Well, you probably don't. It was probably horrible.
I don't know.
So at the center of all of it was Sidney Gottlieb, the head of the technical service staff of the CIA's chemical division and later director of the technical services division. He was the CIA's chief poison maker, according to Kinzer, whose book, Poisoner in Chief, Sidney Gottlieb and the CIA Search for Mind Control, that was released in 2019, is the definitive work on the mercurial chemist. From his position deep inside the CIA's secret corridors, Gottlieb led the agency's decades-long effort to find ways to use drugs, hypnosis, and other extreme methods to control human behavior, and, it was hoped, turn them into usable tools for intelligence agencies and policymakers. Yeah. So it makes me think about that guy who shot at Trump and Butler.
His parents were behavioral modification therapists. What does that tell you?
Yeah, so it makes me think of that. It makes me think of the guy who shot those two Israelis outside the museum, and it makes me think of that guy with the Molotov cocktails, so waiting around for the cops to come arrest him.
Yeah, the guy who shot the president of Slovakia.
The guy who shot the president of Slovakia.
Yeah, and all the other crazy stuff that's going on that normal people don't usually just do, and that you should be looking at. Now you can look at them in a different light. Look, is this person being mind controlled? Did they do something to this person? Because it's just too much stuff that they just go and do, and they're just like a zombie. Had no reason, just like the guy that went and shot the guy on the head on the health thing.
Yeah.
Something was being controlled. This guy, man, if you listen to this stuff over and over and over again, man, they can do something to you. They can program your mind. These people have figured out how to do it. And you couldn't get me to believe and understand why so many people, I mean, not just didn't like Donald Trump, but actually hated the man. Nobody ever hated anybody like that. It was a form of mind control. It was a form of mind control. They played it over and over and over and over again until you basically gave up your soul. That's what she was saying in the beginning. We didn't finish this clip, but we're going to finish it next week. We thank everybody for joining in. This has been a good show. I'm telling you, you don't be wanting to miss this stuff, man, because it's a lot that you don't know out here that you need to know. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what happened yesterday, today, and what's going to happen tomorrow. And we just showed you that stuff. This was part one. We'll get you with part two next week. It's one thing for certain.
Two things for sure.
We're going to tell the truth.
Because it's time.
It's time to tell the truth, and the truth hurts. Peace out.